Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing an October recap. I feel like the month of October went by super duper fast, so I don't have a ton of new products to share, but I do have some favorites and what I was up to this month, so let's get right on into it. As always, we are starting with what I've read. It is now that cozy reading season and I am super happy with what I read this past month. I read 3 books this month, which is one more than my goal. The first book was Phantom, the Tattered Curtain #1. This is a modern day retelling of the Phantom of the Opera. So if you are a theater kid turned Booktok girly, you will love this. It was super spicy and kind of dark at the same time, which I loved, and it has just that thrill of a dark romance, but with that storyline that you're familiar with. If you're familiar with Phantom of the Opera like myself, I gave this one 5 stars. The second book I read this month was Phantasma. This has been on my TBR for a while and I actually snagged it on Prime Day for only $1.99. So I figured if I didn't love it, it wasn't that big of a deal because I only spent $1.99 on it. While I wasn't sure about the plot at first, I really did love this book. I loved the dynamic between the 2 main characters. It was great, it had a happy ending, and I give that 5 stars as well. Now, the third and final book I read this month was Lights Out. Now, this book got so much hype on TikTok. It had been on my TBR for a while. I finally decided to bite the bullet. I was looking on TikTok and trying to figure out what book that I'd be really into that had that dark romance feel that would be great for around Halloween, because that was right about the time. It's a couple weeks before Halloween that I started that book. I flew through this book. I know it wasn't as long as some of the other books I was reading, so that's probably why I got through it a little quicker. But for a quick read, the plot was there, the drama was there, the spice was there. Honestly, this book lives up to the hype, and I also give it 5 stars. I needed Josh in my life for real. No joke. He's great. Every other book boyfriend that I read about, I will be comparing to him. Now let's move on into music. At the beginning of October, Taylor Swift released her very highly awaited album, Life of a Showgirl, and I was obsessed with it from the first listen. I know that's probably unpopular from what I was seeing online. People just really did not like this album. And as a longtime Taylor fan, I've been a Taylor Swift fan since like 2007, I don't understand why people didn't like this album. The lyrics were there, the playfulness of 1989 was back. I know it wasn't as sad and depressing as the Tortured Poets Department, and if you still love that music, you can still listen to it. The more I listen to it, the more I realize the deeper meaning behind some of the lyrics and the little innuendo she throws in there. A lot of the poetic double meanings are in there still, but it's just dressed up as a fun glitter pen pop album. My favorites so far are Elizabeth Taylor, Opalite, Wishlist, and Father Figure. Those are my top 4 from the album. I absolutely love it. I've been obsessed with Father Figure recently. If you follow me on TikTok, you've probably seen my reposts recently. I've been trying a lot of reposts about that song because it's just so great. And another artist that I have been super in love with this month was Olivia Dean. She has kind of been all over the place and I don't know exactly where she came from, but I absolutely loved her album. I finally listened to it in full the other day. Her voice is just so smooth and there's something about it that just makes her music so easy to listen to. Her album, I don't know if it's her debut album or if it's just the album that's gotten her the most popularity, but honestly the singles have been amazing. I absolutely love the song Baby Steps as well. I found that one on TikTok and that's what kind of made me think I need to listen to the full album, because if the singles are that good and Baby Steps was that good, the rest of the album has to be just as good. I was so happy when I listened to it and I just really loved the album. It's super easy to listen to, nice and calm, just kind of vibey music. Let's move on to some beauty favorites. I didn't try a ton of new makeup this month. My skin has kind of been freaking out over the last couple weeks, so I really have been trying to put off trying a ton of new things, but I do have a few new favorites. I can't remember if I talked about these blushes last month. I might have. I did not mention these last month. Okay, these Pudding Pot blushes from Fui. I love that KBeauty is having its moment in the States because the texture of these blushes is so unique. It comes with a little silicone fingertip-like applicator that I highly recommend you pick up as well because these apply so beautifully to the skin. They have so many different shades. The shades I have been loving are Baddie and O. And I'm wearing it today as well as the highlighter that I talked about last month. and it just kind of blurs the skin. I'm someone that, depending on the time of the month, I get a lot of texture in my skin, and having highlighter or blush on it can kind of exaggerate that, especially in the back parts of my cheeks right here where I tend to get more texture. But this just blurs and smooths the skin so beautifully, and the colors are amazing. You can either put a little bit on or a lot, and they are really buildable and so gorgeous. I just absolutely love these. They're not super expensive either. I was sent a lot of shades, so thank you, Fui. You can get them on Ulta, Amazon, or TikTok. I'll have all my links to all my affiliate links down below, but these are amazing. I feel like October was really the month that my skin started to get super dry, including my lips. Now, as I've been trying to get better at keeping my lip care routine as a part of my skincare routine versus my makeup routine, but I have been absolutely loving the Paula's Choice Pro Collagen Gloss Balm. They have two shades of this, the original and the deep plum. I was recently sent both of them again. They sent me it last year as well, and that is the one lippy that I keep by the sofa that I just apply throughout the day. If I'm feeling I need some moisture on my lips, it's not sticky. It does look great over a lip liner or a lipstick, as well as by itself, just to give a little bit of moisture and color onto the lips. I'm someone that has very sensitive skin and cannot change up my staples in my skincare routine a lot. So when I got this moisturizer, I really wanted to give it a try, but I was super nervous to try it. This is the Peach Slices Super Fade Discoloration Moisturizer. This is 5% AHAs, 4% niacinamide, and glycerin to help hydrate the skin. I have realized as of recently, as my skin has gotten drier over the last couple of years, that glycerin-based moisturizers are something my skin really likes. It does not make my skin extra oily, and the Super Fade line is one of my favorites for dark spots. The overall texture and color and evenness of my skin has improved in the last month or so that I have been using this moisturizer and the serum that I have mentioned in my other favorites videos, but I absolutely love this. Again, they're selling both this and the Super Fade serum in a gift set, so if you are wanting to try this out, I recommend definitely picking up both of them and trying them, because I haven't noticed any extra dryness, and it is a really great moisturizer. I manifested this next product as a TikTok shop collab. This is the Wavy Talk Thermal Brush. You can either get this by itself as the brush, this is the older model, or you can get it as a set with the other attachments. I'll put up a picture here. But I have, you can't really tell because I gave myself a blowout today, but I have face framing layers, and my blow dry brush just has not been getting them the way that I like. I really had my eye on this, and I was super happy when they reached out for their super brand day and wanted me to talk about it. I was so impressed by the first time I used this. It just flips the hair so well, either under or backwards, and gets those layers looking nice and pretty and shiny. And it doesn't, I don't feel like it damages the hair because you're only really going over it for like 2 seconds at a time. I love being able to just kind of flip out the ends of my hair when I'm wearing it straight, just so it has a little bit more movement, because I have light layers in the back of my hair as well. So I just kind of like giving those a little bit of movement. I will pop up a picture here, but I absolutely love this brush, and I highly recommend it to anyone that has that face framing or just likes to wear their hair straight with just a little bit of a flip at the end. This is great. The brush doesn't pull out my hair. It's super, the bristles are super flexible, and it has a scald resistant top as well. So you can guide it with both hands as well. And it comes in a little felt bag so you can store it nicely, which I appreciate because I don't have a ton of space in my bathroom. I know a lot of these products I was sent, but I give all of these my honest review. None of this was sponsored. I have done posts for them in the past, but I would not talk about a product continuously if I did not love it. And all the products I have continued to use after talking about them, and I really truly can give them my stamp of approval. Now let's talk some fashion favorites. I fully dived into fall fashion. It's finally cool enough to bring out all of these sweaters and cozy long sleeves and jackets. So starting off, I have absolutely been loving the American Eagle skinny jeggings. I have them in a light wash, and I am monitoring the dark wash as well to see when those are going to go on sale because I absolutely love them. Editing Cassie here to report that I did indeed order these the morning I am editing this. I found them on sale, and I am looking forward to styling them. I absolutely love them. They're super comfortable. They're nice and stretchy. They look good with anything. and you can style them in so many different ways. They're nice and comfortable on the waistband. I wear a 14 long in the pictures I am showing you here. The Trendy Queen long sleeve tops, I'll put a picture up here. These are the best base layer. You can wear them by themselves, you can dress them up with a cardigan or a sweater on top, you can layer them. The material kind of gives you like that temperature regulating base layer that is great for the Pacific Northwest and those of us who get either too hot or too cold. It is going to keep you right at that perfect temperature. I wear them all the time just around the house, or I love to style them as well. They're super affordable. They come in so many different colors. I think I have 4 and I absolutely love them. I wear them constantly. I do recommend if you pick these up that you don't dry them. You wash them in cold water and then hang them to dry. That is just to guarantee that they don't shrink, because that material will shrink up if you put it in the dryer. The last favorite I had on my feet are these slipper socks. I got these for Christmas from a family member last year, and I have Raynaud's, which if you didn't know, that have poor circulation to my hands and my feet. So especially as the weather gets colder, I need to have something warm and fuzzy on my feet all the time. These are just great. I think she got these at Costco last time, but I will link a couple pairs on my LTK so you can check them out for yourselves, because they're so nice. And they have little grippies at the bottom so you aren't going to slip. You can basically get these anywhere, but they are a must-have for us girls that are always a little bit chilly in the winter. On to the last category, which is food favorites. I have absolutely been loving adding this Trader Joe's pumpkin butter to my chais every day. The ingredients list is super short, which I love. It just says pumpkin sugar, honey, lemon juice, and cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and nutmeg. So there's nothing hiding in this. It tastes amazing. I just take it on a little tablespoon and mix it into my hot chai, or I can put the foam on top. I highly recommend, if you have a Trader Joe's in your area, that you pick this up before it's gone. I don't know how long they're going to sell it. This is a brand new jar, but the jar I have in my fridge is almost empty. And I picked up an extra because I love it that much and I want to drink it for as long as I can this season. The next favorite I have is the Jersey Mike's chicken salad bowls. When I was out and about the other day with my mom, we were just kind of like, what do we want for lunch? And I'm like, well, let me see if they have, we can go to Jersey Mike's and, just get something easy. And I try to avoid gluten as much as I can. So I got the chicken salad sandwich in a bowl. I get it Mike's way with extra pickles on the top. This stuff is amazing. It's super nice. It's filling. It has chicken, celery, mayo, and just basically like on a salad, on like a lettuce bowl. It's amazing. I know we're getting into those colder months where you may not want just a cold bowl of like food, but this is so quick and easy to do. You could also totally probably make it yourself if you wanted to with rotisserie chicken. I actually might try to do that and let y'all know how that goes. But I absolutely love this stuff. Jersey Mike's is great. They're super quick and easy. I love that you can order online as well, and there are so many locations in my area, so I always know that I can get that somewhere if I'm out and about. So as someone with a lot of food allergies, that's great. The last food favorite I have is pumpkin banana bread. Now I'll pop up a couple pictures of the loaves that I have made so far. If you are not familiar, take my banana bread recipe, subtract 1 banana and add half a cup to a quarter cup to half a cup of pumpkin puree, and mix that in there. The first time I made this is going to be kind of gross. It wasn't cooling quickly enough, and I didn't want to put it in the fridge yet, and I tried to put it away. I put it in a container and left a little gap in the bottom of the container, and by the time I was done with whatever I was watching on TV, and I'm like, oh, it should be cool enough to put away now, it was covered in fruit flies, and I had to throw it out. And I did shed a few tears because I spent a long time trying to work on that, and I had like one piece and it was beautiful, but then it got eaten by flies and I had to throw it out. So I was so sad. That was an amazing, nice treat that is great for the winter and the fall months. You could also totally bring that to Thanksgiving. I think it would be a hit, especially for people who don't love pie. That is a great choice to bring to Thanksgiving dinner. So I will leave the recipe down below, and just don't forget to sub half a cup of pumpkin for 1 banana and you should be good. But that is about everything I have for today. As always, you can shop this video down below on my LTK. I'll have everything linked for you, as well as the recipe that I mentioned previously. And if you want to follow me on my short form platforms, it is the same username as here, at Cassie L. Rodgers. I post daily on a short form, so be sure you check that out. I have lots of fun long form content coming up very soon. I am full force working on gift guides, so that is the next video you will see from me probably within the next week. So be sure to stick around for that. Subscribe to my channel and be sure to turn on post notifications so you don't miss that gift guide video because it is epic this year. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!